I've had a couple of meals with the president, and I will say, before he was president, not a fan of vegetables. I've tried to point this out, that maybe he should add that to his diet. Not that interested.
That's CNN, folks. Stop. I don't know about you, but I am outraged out. Tweets here, C words there. Even the flying nun got involved. I'm not kidding. The flying nun is throwing the C word around on Twitter like a nasty little frisbee. What is happening to America? What is happening to people? So what do we learn from this week of outrage? Well, it used to be that what cost you your job was that thing you did behind a tree at the company picnic. Yeah. If you're laughing, you know. Nope. Now it's Twitter, the one-stop career liquidator. All it takes is one idiotic statement, and you disappear faster than a Twinkie in Michael Moore's lap. Where would I be without Michael Moore's lap? I'd be out of jokes. Okay, as the online world encourages mob action over forgiveness, companies now need to protect themselves. So Twitter has become a global human resources as the population combines as a moral force to decide who stays and who goes. And let's not forget, on Twitter, the world's bathroom wall, all inscriptions are permanent. You are branded. You're branded for life. Of course, you can't just blame Twitter. It didn't write that tweet, Roseanne. And every company has the right to fire you over words. Freedom of speech without consequences only exists against the government. But this week, the offenses weren't only on Twitter or by Roseanne. 2 women said bad things. One apologized and lost her job. One apologized and kept her job. That's life. But let's be clear. I accept all apologies. If you're sorry, I accept it. I say this knowing that this favor may never be returned to me. There are organizations devoted to catching me screw up. It's true. It's true, but I will forgive all, even if they would end me with glee. So let's do this simple exercise. If I had said what Samantha Bee said about the daughter of a president, how long would I last? I'd be frog marched into a vat of truck drivers' back sweat. I would have requested that, actually. But as righties experience boycotts, lefties get awards. So it's not just about the offense, really. It's about the tribe. And one tribe is less forgiving than the other. See, I'm willing to forgive blunders, but I don't think there's any reciprocity over there at the left. And why is that? Well, Krauthammer said it first. You think they're stupid, they think you're evil. Meaning a conservative believes a liberal is mistaken, but a liberal believes a conservative is immoral. It's a huge difference. And behavior toward a righty is then excused because, after all, you're bad. If someone is evil, you can do anything to them. You can mimic their beheading. You can call a mom a C word for posting a picture of her child. You can wish death on Americans just for fun. So we all knew Bee would survive because that's the real story. We knew she was safe. Because in the contemporary landscape, the liberal joker's heart is always in the right place. After all, Ivanka, she had it coming. She's a mom, and her dad's evil. But such logic will lead to a dark and violent place. If one group sees you as evil, what stops others from moving beyond speech? Remember the Antifa, the Weather Underground, the Unabomber? I bet all major violence, the kind of the mass-killing variety, didn't start with, I disagree with you. No, it was, you're evil and we must stop you. Now, Trump's triggered some seriously angry people. Kathy Griffin, the decapitator-in-chief. She still sees herself as the victim. There's Tom Arnold. Oh, man, sad case. Chelsea Handler, what happened? Kimmel. Oberman is back. Sarah Silverman, who wanted a military coup. Robert De Niro, who threatened to punch the president. Of course, there's Alec Baldwin. Then there's sad Jim Carrey. And now, even the flying frickin' nun. It just breaks my heart. I love Sally Field. But these people are so broken by Trump that they no longer see you as human, but as a problem. I guess after the Obama era, all this losing is unknown territory. So we were watching a national tantrum for spoiled brats. So what do you do if political adversaries want you ruined, but you just want them healthy enough so you could debate them? If they're constantly demanding scalps, shouldn't we do the same, a sort of mutually assured career destruction? Is that the only way to get everyone to stop the outrage crusade, to see that it goes both ways? I don't know. That is not me, and it shouldn't be you either. Welcome tonight's guests. He's got more good humor than the ice cream man. TV writer and producer Rob Long. Short of credit there. Don't talk to him without a nurse because they'll put you in stitches. Writer and comedian David Angelo. She drinks her own tears to stay hydrated. National Review reporter Katherine Timpf. And he stole his pinky ring from Saturn. Former WWE superstar and my massive sidekick, Tyrus. Rob, you were a big-time Hollywood producer. Cheers, that gym store, that
Sure.
What's that other show?
A recent cancellation.
Yes,
yeah. I've been there.
Yes, you were canceled. You were canceled, but you did nothing racist.
No, we just didn't hold our audience. That's what we did. By the way, great contemporary reference with the Flying Nuns. Fantastic. If you are under 80 years old, that was a show on 50 years ago. Half a century ago.
But did you see her tweet?
I did. Sally Fields tweet.
Sally Fields used the C word to actually pile on Ivanka, which is like everybody was trying to outgross each other, right?
Well, that's what they do. They're like trying to act like it's not a big deal or to pile on or something. I mean, it's slightly different. I mean, the tweet and Roseanne's tweet and Samantha Bee's statement are different.
Right, I agree.
But you know, what can you do? Like if you're running ABC, you know you're going to have trouble with your advertisers. You can't just like ignore that. This is like a $500 million business that she torched. The real question is like, why did they not take her phone away?
Yes.
Right? Because that's the. Every other star of a TV show, every other star of a movie had to go through something called, you have to get a physical.
Right.
You have to get insured. Insurance is really important. It's called completion bond.
Yes.
And if you can't be insured, you will not get the job.
That's a good point. You know, David, what depressed me was not that Roseanne got in trouble. I like the idea of the show itself. It was kind of sloppy. But I like the fact that they actually presented some kind of civil discourse that was missing. So I was like really hopeful. And the person who presents the civil discourse then goes ahead and shoots it in the head. I mean, she actually creates this thing and we go, oh, maybe the world will change. And then she tweets this thing and then it all goes away.
I know. It's kind of depressing. That's what it is. It was nice. I admit it was nice to see a character on TV who was an open communist.
Yes.
We had fun for a few months. But now we go back to it, and it's tough now. They're gonna put the freeze on those types of things. I feel like
yeah.
You know, it's gonna be pilot season. Pilot season. My agent told me.
Yeah.
It's like make sure the pilot's out before you put your head in the oven. And the advice I got.
Ladies and gentlemen.
That's the advice you got, huh?
Yeah, that was it. That conversation happened.
Do you buy, Kat, the Ambien excuse? Because the reason why I bring that up, everybody knows somebody who's had an experience with Ambien, but that was Roseanne's excuse. Do you buy that?
I do not buy that.
Okay.
I don't think that Ambien makes you racist. I think that what she said was unacceptable, and I just don't understand why she would think it was worth it.
Yeah.
I mean, the best thing about Twitter is not only do you not get paid for your tweets,
yes,
but you can also get fired for them.
Yes. There's no upside.
There's no upside. I don't know why any of us are on this app whatsoever. And I say this as someone who does absolutely, literally nothing else.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I think...
It's sad.
It's sad. It's very sad.
We're all very sad. What, David, you were going to say?
I think Twitter is actually pretty interesting. It's good, you know, because before Twitter, I was struggling in obscurity. And after Twitter, now tens of thousands of people know that I'm struggling. Nice.
It is good for that.
Yeah. See? Might have moved.
away for free. That was a problem right
You
there.
should save your jokes for this show. All right, Tyrus. Okay, what about B? The amazing thing is nobody expected Samantha Bee to be fired because it was planned. I think it was planned. The audience loved it. They all cheered when she did it. Do you think it's different?
Well, the connotation's different.
Right.
But I think it was recorded,
Yeah.
edited,
Yeah.
watched before, and they were really excited about it. So it was a premeditated hit.
Yeah.
And when they did what they did, she then, because there was some backlash, not because it was the right thing to do, to look back and be like, hey, that was wrong, and call somebody that, especially a picture of her holding a child, which I think is but it was because the sponsors were like, no, we're not good with that.
Yeah.
And it's okay, I guess, because she got a pass. Here's where it gets weird. She got away with that because I think she was a woman. Because if I would have said that on this show and you guys would have let it run,
Oh, my God.
you guys would have been, and then Greg like, I'm so sorry. Tyrus, there's nothing I actually can't talk to you anymore.
That's true.
And
I would drop you like a hot
I'm like,
potato.
but Greg, hello, sorry. And he would come out here and bash me and show bad videos of me and talk about he never liked me and he was scared every day to come to work and I was a bully. And
You know me so well.
And he would have buried me. He literally would have buried me.
I would have buried him so quickly.
You know what I'm saying? So I feel like it's kind of one of those things where if a man would have said that on the same type of show, he would not be around anymore. So it's a definite double standard. And the other thing where I think is on us, and I kind of was one of the things I thought was funny, was the president was upset about apologies.
Yes.
That had me laughing. Like,
It is.
like,
Yeah.
Mr. President, bruh. You don't apologize.
Yeah.
When your staffer said that stuff about John McCain, no.
Yeah.
Even if it come out your mouth and it was wrong, we don't apologize over here. And that's something that's been something that the Trump and the Trump presidency and the new Trump Republicans, we don't apologize for nothing.
Yeah.
And for him to be like, why don't you apologize to this person? I was like, come on, man. Like he's got to be messing and joking around. Because the right don't apologize.
No,
They just keep going.
Yeah, no,
the
it's
left,
true.
they fire each other and ruin each other's lives and then look to us to do the same thing. And we're like, nah, we're not doing that stuff.
I see this outrage cycle moving so fast. You have an error that's driven by emotion, stupidity. That gets the spotlight, the crowd, the instant outrage. And then the company that you work for goes, holy crap, this place is going up in smoke because they're watching Twitter and then they don't want permanent damage, so you're gone.
I just want to. One of the things I was really offended by on the mainstream coverage is they're like Roseanne was she was the voice of the red state, and no, her character was.
Yeah.
People just like for me, I loved Conan the Barbarian. He was the man. I didn't know Arnold from nobody. I didn't know he just happened to be cool, but I'm just saying I didn't know him.
Yeah.
I like that guy, and so America likes the character. They like the family, not the person who made the racist statement. They love the that's who they're hurt by.
Yeah.
They don't have that character anymore. Not Roseanne, and that's it makes her very clear.
All right, we got to roll. Coming up, a new entry to the Fake News Hall of Fame. That is next. In case you missed it, it's all Donald Trump's fault. Everything. Name something bad, he's the reason. Climate change, his fault. Asteroids, his fault. Earthquakes, those faults are his faults. A little wordplay for Saturday nights. You don't get that on Water's World. Every bad thing ever. I love Jesse. Everything bad ever is on the head of this evil orange monster from hell. Especially if you're the media. Take these images of immigrant children sleeping in cages. Journalists, politicians, Obama flacks, they all blame Trump. Turns out the photos are 4 years old when Obama was in charge. Whoops. Then there's, this is even better, this photo. An all-baby seat immigration detention bus, also blamed on Trump. It was called a prison bus for babies by an anchor. A prison bus for babies. How could anyone say that with a straight face and believe it? A journalist. I mean, who would make a prison bus for babies? It's the craziest thing I've ever heard. A prison bus for babies. But you'll believe anything if you hate Trump. Even though this photo was also from Obama's era, and no, it wasn't a prison bus for babies. It's for a field trip. Anyway, now you'd expect the media to check the date on a photo. I mean, that is their job, to check actual facts. It's almost as though They need some kind of help.
Hey, Tom, what's up?
Look at this. Immigrant children sleeping in cages on the floor. And how about this? A prison bus just for babies. If this doesn't prove how evil and heartless Donald Trump is, nothing will.
Well, I just looked it up, and that cage photo is from 2014. And that bus, it's for field trips, and it's from April 2016.
Wow. Just think, I was about to tweet this out to the public.
Sounds like you need a Veriscope.
What's that?
The Veriscope will help you see things clearly for what they really are, without an agenda. But first, I need to test you. I'll show you some pictures. Tell me if you see any news value in them.
That's a soldier getting rowdy during Fleet Week. It's Trump's fault.
It's 1945, the day we won World War II. Try this one.
That's a woman upset about the current political climate. I can tell because she's not smiling.
It's Mona Lisa, 1503. How about this one?
I'll recognize that anywhere. That's the day Trump was elected. I saw that guy in Brooklyn.
It's the screen, 1893. Last one.
That's a monster attacking Japan. You see, Trump is even terrorizing foreign countries.
It's Godzilla. Well, the good news is you do qualify for a Veriscope.
Wow. Does it have special powers?
No, it's just a giant magnifying glass, but it will help you pull your head out of your ass.
Ever since I started using Veriscope, I approach everything with more honesty.
Hey, Tom, how's it going?
Hey, Carl. Seeing your stupid face is the worst part of my day. Thanks, Veriscope.
Veriscope, for when you need to check your facts before you tweet something stupid.
Now, first off, David, Tom Shalhoub has the best walking around a corner into a hallway look of any commercial actor. I think you could learn something from him.
He is known through the industry.
Yes, for walking down the hall.
Specialty move, yeah.
Yeah, you're angry. This bothers you. I've seen you on Twitter, not as much anymore, but you hate when there's a false story. You get very upset.
Yeah, the news media is awful.
Yes.
And we all used to know that.
Yeah.
5 years ago, you'd be like, CNN's terrible. And everyone would be like, yeah, we know that. And now you're like, CNN's terrible because Trump hates them. We all got to be like, oh, no, they're great. We have to uphold this First Amendment and all this stuff. It's like, no. Have you seen Don Lemon's show? That's not journalism. His entire show is an expert panel explaining to him what happened on Anderson Cooper.
That is so true.
You're in trouble now.
Kat, isn't it just easier to blame Trump for everything? I'm sure some of your own disappointments in life you could trace to Trump.
I'm going to start doing that.
Yes.
This whole thing where I get upset with myself for my bad choices is becoming very exhausting. And this whole thing where I've apologized when I've done something wrong, I'm not doing that anymore. Next time I do something wrong, I'm just going to blame it on Trump. And I know that a huge segment of the population will apparently believe me without even checking.
Yes.
I'm never going to say, hey, like, sorry, I don't know, vaped on your baby on accident, you know, for example. I'll just say that Trump made me do it, and the next thing you know, I'll be some sort of victim.
I vaped on your baby.
Is that a euphemism?
Sometimes they come out of nowhere.
Yes, the babies come at you
out of
while you're
nowhere.
vaping.
Yeah.
I vaped on a baby. Tyrus, there's so many examples of this, like when an entire opinion shifts when you introduce one variable, like prison reform. Prison reform, Trump was for that, but liberals weren't because Trump was for it. It's weird.
Yeah, well, it was the question. The question was weird.
You've been here for 3 years. I never ask questions.
Okay, no, you asked me the questions. This is weird because it's not about black people in sports.
Oh.
Boo! Oh, like he does it.
Wow.
Like I'm the leading official on Dennis Rodman and Whoopi Goldberg for him. It's I don't know, man. It's just it's convenient. But this is what if you listen to the people there. These are the same people that when Obama was in, everything that happened to him was Obama's fault. Like there's just a certain sect of people that everything in their life is not their fault. And whenever you have a conversation with, they usually lead with statements like, you made me upset, or it's because of you that I'm screaming loud. And not going to bed at a decent time and always making our relationship difficult. It's you. So, I mean, I don't know if anyone knows anybody like that, but I've come across a few people. It's not necessarily Donald Trump. He's just convenient now.
Yeah.
He's the new, Trump's the new Munson. You know what I mean? I got Trumped out in the middle of nowhere. You know, it's always, Trump is the easy guy to blame. And if you blame him for something and he hears you, chances are he'll fight you back.
Yeah.
So you get your audience,
Yeah.
you know?
In a weird way, Trump is like the weather. Trump is like the weather. You walk outside, Trump!
Yep.
Well, but I mean, to be, yeah, right. I mean, I guess that's, I don't know if you do that, but I mean, to be fair, I mean, Trump also takes credit for everything.
That's true.
So he says, only I can fix it. I alone can do this. So in a way, it's a perfect relationship with him and the media. They're getting the president they desperately, desperately deserve, and they're getting it good and hard.
Very good point. You know, solution for cable news, they got to get rid of like the lower thirds that say Republican political consultant or a Democratic analyst.
Strategist or whatever it is.
Get rid of that. Just go, I hate Trump. And then, like, I'm okay with the guy.
Yeah.
Because, that's basically what it is. Guys, most of America's like, hey, let's see what happens, as he says so many times. But the other side is, I can't stand him. Thank God that never happens on the 5.
No.
All right, still to come.
Oh, yeah, you guys are mean to Juan, yeah.
We're not mean to Juan. Maybe Geraldo. So how bad did Donald Trump traumatize the Democrats on Election Day? We discuss the damage next. President Obama wonders where he went wrong. A new book by Ben Rhodes describes President Obama's reaction to Trump's 2016 win, and I'm guessing it wasn't this. That is every brother-in-law. No, instead, President Obama questioned himself in America. Quote, what if we were wrong? Maybe we pushed too far. Maybe people just want to fall back into their tribe. Now, this new book is written by one of Obama's most loyal lackeys, a guy named Ben Rhodes. This is great tape. HBO caught him on the night that Hillary lost.
I can't. I mean, I can't put it into words. I don't know what the words are.
I could watch that forever. So you know what? It needs music.
I mean, I can't put it into words. I don't know what the words are.
That's so much better. All right. My favorite part of this upcoming book is when Ben Rhodes says that Obama tried to cheer him up by sending him this message, saying, quote, there are more stars in the sky than grains of sand on the earth. So that was from Obama. But isn't that something someone in the drama club would use as a motto beneath the yearbook photo? Or maybe it's the tagline on a diamond ring commercial. But it wasn't. It was our president. So there you go. All the evidence you could ever need on the difference between Obama and Trump. Obama says there are more stars in the sky than grains of sand on the earth. Trump says this.
Supported the invasion of Iraq.
Wrong.
That is absolutely
wrong.
Proved over and over again.
Wrong. They will be met with fire and fury like the world has never seen. They're sneaky, dirty rats.
Grains of sand, my ass. What do you make of this? Did you like that video, Tyrus? It was kind of quite...
Man, he just reminds me of every 15-year-old that's ever been caught in the bathroom by his mother. Like, John, oh my... there's no words. I mean, obviously he's hurt. I get it. I mean, but I mean, damn, I don't think Hillary was that hurt.
No, that's true.
I mean, he must have invested a lot of his own money in that campaign. I mean, something. And
He probably already picked out the drapes.
And that's probably like the 400th person that text Obama whining. So I'm sure at that point he's like, there's more stars in the sky than the sand, Granny brother. And I was like, because I mean, when people text me, whenever a friend sends me a message, like my girl left me, I'm like, well, 6 on one hand, half dozen the other. Good night, bro. We don't. It's not my job anymore. I'm out.
Kat, it really seemed like the end of the world. It was almost like they woke up in a cryogenics lab and the world has changed beyond their own comprehension.
That's certainly what they're acting like. I love that he took the time and the effort to write in this new book that he was shocked and had a hard time with President Trump winning the election. Because how else would we know that an Obama advisor had a tough time with Trump winning the election? Because all these Hillary supporters seem to be handling it so well.
Yes.
Were the other chapters like water is wet and like it gets dark outside in the nighttime?
Rob, are they going to learn for the midterms? Is this are they just a mess?
No, I mean, maybe we were wrong. I think these people do not think they were wrong. They think we were wrong. They think you were wrong. They think a lot of people. They don't think they were wrong.
Right, yeah,
they just think they didn't yell loud enough. It's like when you're talking to some foreigner and you think if I speak louder, maybe they'll understand me.
Right.
That's kind of their theory. Next time, just louder, just more loud. And so, look, the truth is that the generic ballot's tightening up in the midterms.
Yeah.
What looked like a disaster for the Republicans may actually not be a disaster.
Yeah.
And if that's the case, I would hate to see Ben Rhodes that day, that Wednesday morning. That is not going to be.
Well,
they need to be prepared for that now. They need to be laying in the Wellbutrin right now.
If he's still in the political game after that, then he's an addict. He likes feeling that way. I mean, how many times you get your heart broke, bro, before you move on? Like, get out the game.
Last word, Mr. Angelo. Thoughts?
Well, look, I knew Trump would win.
Yeah.
Because it was kind of obvious. He was selling out stadiums. Everyone was like into him. No one really liked. Everyone, it was like, I was like, I think he's going to win. So then there's all these people who are like supposed to be so smart.
Yeah.
And they're like, it's like, oh, you didn't think he'd get the nomination. You didn't think he'd win the election. Then you think he's the Russians' top spy. It's like, I have an alternate theory. Maybe you're just dumb. Red meat for the crowd.
I think I am included in that audience of dumb. I think 99% I said this on the 5. I think I only knew 3 people maybe that were like new. You never told me that.
Dude, I won money on it.
Oh, really?
I was like, he is going to win.
My brother-in-law, my buddy who runs a steakhouse in Midtown, Terry Shappert on here. He was like,
we joked about it. Like, remember I had the Donald Plump show, like, hey, this dude's probably gonna win. This guy's gonna. He won? Like,
It's amazing. All right, coming up, what do world peace and delicious cheeseburgers have in common? Stick around and find out. It's on like Kim Jong.
I think you're going to have a very positive result in the end. We're meeting with the chairman on June 12th, and I think it's probably going to be a very successful, ultimately a successful process. We'll see. Remember what I say. We will see what we will see.
The birds apparently agree with him. Chirping away like that. So things aren't so grim with our second favorite, Kim. They're not quitting each other, and there are signs of progress. The North Koreans hand-delivered a letter to Trump. Who doesn't love a letter? I would love to see what's in that letter.
Oh, would you like to see what was in that letter? Would you like? How much? How much?
How much? How much? So North Korea's #2 guy hand-delivers this letter, and he stays for 2 hours. So that's a good sign. And a new U.S. intelligence report says North Korea could be open to having a Western burger joint open in Pyongyang to show goodwill. Now that sounds like something to poke fun of. After all, our president loves him some fast food. But this is actually significant, and here is why. In 1990, the very first McDonald's opened in the Soviet Union. They'd never seen anything like it. The line to get in wrapped around the block just to get a taste of a capitalist burger. 1 year later, the Soviet Union dissolved. So yes, it was 2 all-beef patties that killed communism. I should end there. So if North Korea is open to sticking a burger stand in the heart of their capital, that is progress. They could even try my new high-speed drive-through idea.
2 sweet teas, please. Put that on debit. Thank you. Great day.
Doesn't work out too well, Kat. Is this a genuine olive branch, or is this just some kind of thing?
I don't understand how a burger place is an olive branch to any of us. I bet none of us are going to eat there. I'm just saying, none of us are going to eat there. And President Trump wouldn't eat there because he'd want, if it was a McDonald's, he would, but it's not McDonald's. I wouldn't eat there. I don't understand. It's kind of offensive to me.
Why?
To suggest that we could be bought so easily. I'm just saying, we eat burgers too, just like you eat burgers. Let's have peace. That doesn't really make sense to me. I don't care if they have burgers. I just want them to not have nukes.
It's so ironic. Because there's nothing better than nuking a burger, Rob.
That's exactly right.
Yes, notice how I put those two things together.
I did notice that.
I truly am a comedic wonder.
That's why you're on ad-supported cable on Saturday. But this is kind of a weird thing. Although you look at Kim right now, you think maybe not a burger place, maybe one of those salad places. But the problem is, there's no end to there's no happy ending for North Korea, right? There's no way that they're going to get out of it. Get 23 million emaciated North Koreans. Yeah. There's nothing for them to do. I mean, they are going to need fast food. They're going to be working in fast food restaurants. I mean, I can even see Kim with the baggies on his hands at the Chipotle filling up your burrito. They don't have any skills. So this is good news for them because there's a disaster looming. And
you know what? I'm optimistic, and I'll tell you why, David. I believe that it's a win-win situation, right? They need us, and we'd like them to disarm. And I think that Trump is like the first guy as a salesman from Queens to actually approach this idea and say, why don't we sit down with the guy we hate? He does that when he was a developer in Queens. He met with worse people.
Yeah, no, that's true. And we'll see what happens. It's like, what's the harm that can befall us? You know?
Yeah.
I mean, it can't get any worse. I like the idea that they just go hard on the negotiating the burger place. We'll give you paninis. That's it. That's the red line. I know. All right, take it easy.
I hate paninis. I absolutely hate them. They're just, they're no
It's a crushed sandwich.
It is a crushed sandwich. I don't like it at all. All right, Tyrus, I feel good about what's happening. There's going to be...
you probably would feel good about this, Greg, because you're probably in on it.
Yes.
You and Trump with your secret burger stands all over North Korea. I can see Don Lemon's getting fired up now as a new panel. He is putting his own burger businesses. It's going to be not Trump burgers, and it's going to be all over North Korea and Asia. Probably a golf course in there too. More scandal. More scandal.
Russians will be investing.
You just happened to meet with them the day before to set up where they're going to have the yellow tea that arcs burger plan. Yeah, this is the whole thing. This is the whole. Why wait? Let's drop it now. Yep. He's investing in burger stuff. And he's going to have Trump burgers all over the world, starting in North Korea, which the president's not allowed to open a new business, so he's breaking the rules again. So we need another special counsel. Let's get this going. Sorry, Don. You know.
Right, impeachment.
I was going to say that you didn't play the rest of that clip because he talks about it. It's a great letter. It's a beautiful letter. It's a very important letter. I haven't read it.
Yeah.
But it was really nice Hallmark paper. Yeah. It was like that soft stuff, probably musical when you open it up.
I love that.
Yeah, it's probably amazing card. So the content's irrelevant. It was the font and the fact that it was like a velvet. It was real soft.
It felt really real because somebody said, "Why haven't you read it?" Because I didn't want to read it with the guy there.
It's
like everybody. Do I open this now? Should I open this now?
I'll open it later.
No, open it. But let me get on the plane.
It would be great if it was a glitter card. He opened it up and glitter just all over. All right. Coming up, will the moon be our 51st state? It's the question special report. Refuse to ask. Is he over the moon? About the moon? Amazon CEO Jeff Bezos, if that's his real name, recently laid out his plan to use his space venture Blue Origin to set up a moon base. His long game to pave the way for millions of people to work in space as his slaves. I added that. He says thanks to ice deposits that could be mined for everything from oxygen to rocket fuel, we could eventually relocate some of Earth's industrial activity there. He adds, quote, it'll start to be easier to do a lot of the things that we currently do on Earth in space, and it's going to make this planet better. Really? Till Trump gets up there and builds a Monologue. It could really be boring. At the very least, the moon will need a good tourism promo.
We haven't been back to the moon since 1972. That's if we ever went in the first place. But in the year 2418, life on the moon is awesome.
For your great-great-great-grandkids.
That means someone's got to go first. So pony up, Space Cowboy, for the measly price of infinity dollars and
possibly your life.
You'll get unlimited access to
a barren, inhospitable wasteland of deadly solar radiation and zero breathable oxygen.
So pack everything. No air, don't care. And with just 16% of Earth's gravity, you'll get perks like
instant weight loss, expanded spinal column, and long-term loss of bone density.
Plus, with no atmosphere to block the sun, you'll get a better base than
George Hamilton and Kollege.
So sign up today and don't think about it anymore. All sales are final. It's too late. You're definitely going. Okay, thanks. Bye.
Where do I sign up? All right. Rob, let's face it, this is all about war. Seize the moon. You got a great vantage point to launch stuff at countries you don't like.
Oh, wow, that actually sounds really great.
Yeah, I know.
I thought it'd be more like an Amazon thing where you go to the moon and then suddenly you're seeing like other planets you may like. But
it's a fulfillment.
It's a fulfillment center, exactly.
That's what it is. It's a fulfillment center.
But you know, like a month after people are in the moon, they're going to start talking about that we have a very specific moon culture.
Yes.
We don't really want a lot of new moon comers here. And then other people on the moon will be saying, you know, we're all immigrants here on the moon. I just want to make that clear. It's going to happen in a month.
Don't culturally appropriate the moon by touching our rocks. David, why do when billionaires get rich, they always turn to Lex Luthor? You know, now Bezos, you know, he's made his money. He's polishing his dome. He's probably got a cat that he pets. Now he wants the moon.
Yeah, they all have these ambitions. Elon Musk is trying to go to Mars.
Yes.
Who's the other one? Branson's trying to do a spaceship.
Yeah. They're all evil.
Yeah, I mean, I guess that's...
You have no response. Any other thoughts about the moon before I move on to... No?
It's, you know, it's up there right now. And it's waiting for us. I think we should go. I don't want to go.
No. No.
I have a hard enough time here.
Yeah, that's...
But you guys go. You guys have fun.
Tyrus, would you go to the moon?
Man, I'd really love to, but that whole no air thing, just same thing with Mars. Yeah, no air there. No, I'm not going. This is, if they have Amazon on the moon, how long is the delivery on that?
Yes.
Like, is that going to affect my Prime membership? My favorite Godzilla artifact is built on the moon. Like, I'm like, what the? This all sounds great. This is stuff that I guess you can. I think this is something they do to like hide money or pay less taxes, you know, because like I'm sure it's a charitable donation to build bridges on the moon. Like, how much you use for that, sir? $10 billion. Okay, cool. Put it down. I mean, it just ain't nobody going on the moon. Look how miserable that guy is.
Yeah.
We never went back.
No, we didn't.
We went there for a reason, looked around, and was like, damn, this place sucks.
It's true. It's like,
and we never went back.
It's like when you go to Mexico, you go, I'm going to go back. But the moon is like, nah. There's not a lot to do there, Kat. I think why go to the moon when you have Texas? There's so much space in Texas. Texas is our moon. I think.
Well,
because it's got a lot of space.
Yeah, I have no desire to go to the moon. I have a very hard time getting myself to even leave my apartment at all.
That's true.
So, and plus, like, the moon sucks.
Does it?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Bezos knows it. That's why he's trying to sell it so hard. You know it. I know it. There's nothing to do on the moon. The only people that are going to go are going to be space nerds. So the whole thing is just going to be full of space nerds, and I don't want to be there at a place where there's nothing to do and nobody but space nerds to do nothing with. It sounds like the worst idea ever.
You don't like space nerds?
I sure don't, Greg.
No, that would be like a... I That'd be a neat little candy you could sell on the moon. Space nerds.
I'll tell you one thing. This is something you can really trust. There are more stars in the sky than there are grains of sand on the
Big craters in the moon.
Yes. All right. Don't go anywhere. More stuff after this.
If you'll be in New York City and would like free tickets to be part of our studio audience, email Greg Tix at foxnews.com.
We're out of time. Thanks to Rob Long, David Angelo, Katherine, Tyrus, Sally Fields. Our studio audience, I'm Greg Gutfeld. I love you, America.